in a moment we talk about the 10 steps to zero waste, where they come together, where community responsibility and industrial responsibility come face to face, and deliberately so. So the first step to zero waste of 10 steps is source separation. These 10 things. If you mix things together, you get waste. If you keep them separate, you're dealing with resources. Waste is resources in the wrong place. Waste is a verb, not a noun. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you go into your trash can, you can find paper, you can find cardboard, you can find metal, you can find glass. None of that is waste. Waste is not a noun. Waste is a verb. It's putting those all together, mixing them all up. It's a verb. Okay. So the next step, step 2, is door-to-door collection, which in Italy we say porta a porta, which is the name of a popular TV program, and I always get a big laugh when I say in Italy porta a porta, not Vespa. Vespa is the name of the host of this terrible TV show. Not Vespa. So in San Francisco, this is what source separation looks like. Once a week, people, householders, businesses put out 3 containers. One for the recyclables, one for the compostables, and one for the residuals. In Europe, in different countries, they have different systems. In fact, I think they're more elegant systems. This one is from Basque Country, copying the Italian model in Basque Country. There they have a four-way separation, color-coded. And the elegance of this system is that different days of the week, the same trucks, not extra trucks, not different trucks, but the same trucks are picking up different materials on different days. So on Monday, you pick up the mixed recyclables or bottles and cans. Tuesdays, the paper. Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, the organic fraction, and the other things on the other days. And they've introduced there, I think, a very creative solution to the collection. Everybody has a hook. You have a number here, that's your number. That's your hook. That's where you put your trash. That's where you hang your container. So if I show you, example, the brown containers, which contain the organics, you see those brown containers? So you're visible. What you're doing is visible to the community. You've also kept it off the street. I mean, I guess the rats could get to some of these climbing up the wall, but at least it's keeping this rubbish or keeping this stuff off the streets. It's relatively tidy. And this is the same system inside a high-rise building. This is on a post, not a wall. And this is again on another wall here. And here you see different bags. I think these might be the mixed waste, I'm not sure. And the step 3, the most important, and I'm very happy that Whitehorse is getting this right. You have source separation, door-to-door collection for compostables. Most people make the mistake of, well, we did in Canada and in the United States, we had the Blue Box program. Now, there was a good thing about the Blue Box program. What that did was to demonstrate that the people were not the problem, that if the system was laid on, people would do it. We were not the slobs that they try to make out that we were, if you keep the system simple. The problem is that the most important thing to separate is the organics. It's the organics which are going to stink in the landfill and make those very unacceptable. And it's the organics which you cannot pull out of the residuals. So if you pull out the recyclables, you leave the organics and the residuals, and that's lost to you. Whereas if you pull out the organics, you can get the recyclables. You can actually pull those out of a mixed waste stream, although I don't recommend that. But you can get the recyclables in other ways, which you're doing with the recycling with Raven and P&M recycling. So composting is important. This is the composting facility in San Francisco. It's about 70 miles away. It's surrounded by farmland, low-tech. The farmers use the compost to grow fruit and vegetables, which go back into San Francisco. And one of the things that San Francisco did, which was important, is for the restaurants, it's 25% cheaper to put out a container of clean organics than mixed waste. So there's an economic incentive. Also, the worker staff from the solid waste department go out and educate, go to the kitchens and educate the kitchen staff to make sure that they get the right stuff in those containers, because they know that this stuff from the restaurants is the heart of getting good, clean compost for their farmers to use. Now look at this. This is the compost from that Spanish system that you saw. 99.76% pure organics. That's incredible. I've never seen such high quality organic material. By the way, these are relatively small towns. I think this population of this town is about 10,000. So it doesn't have to be huge to get it. Now, throughout this talk, I'm going to stress how it's important to involve practically everybody in society, get them involved in solving this problem. Not only solving the zero waste problem, but to get to zero waste, we need to develop zero waste communities. It's communities. And I want to get away from the notion that this problem is solved by experts, waste experts. Don't leave it to waste experts. By and large, waste experts work for consulting companies, which are by and large engineering companies and predisposed for technological solutions, i.e. incinerators and engineered landfills. We need everybody. Everybody has a role to play with waste, and particularly restaurant owners and farmers, because of that really important organic fraction.